I've seen some online conservatives confidently say that the LGBTQ movement supports pedophilia. They're obviously wrong, right? That's crazy. And I didn't want to give this ignorant and ridiculous claim any attention, but it just concerned me with how many conservatives are spewing this crap online. And I found something absolutely devastating that I think you all need to see. In just a second, I'm going to play a couple of videos for you guys that really tells us all we need to know about this. But first, I want to say, if you're a Trump supporter watching this and you're confused why so many people are calling him a predator, let me tell you something. He was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein for a decade. He has lost several sexual harassment lawsuits where he's had to pay out millions of dollars. He cheated on his wife Melania while she was pregnant with porn star Stormy Daniels. And if you remember what happened last year, remember he was charged and convicted of 34 felonies in the state of New York. Well, some of those convictions were pertaining to illegal hush money payments to Stormy Daniels using campaign funds. That's an obvious felony. You can't do that. And if none of that convinces you that Donald Trump is the threat, not queer people, just listen to the words from the man himself. I'm about to show you a couple of short videos that perhaps you've already seen, where one, Donald Trump fetishizes having relations with his own daughter, Ivanka, and two, a video where he brags about assaulting women, just straight up. And none of those statements I just said were hyperbole. That's actually what happened. Please watch this video to the end and then decide for yourself who you think is a bigger threat to children, queer people or Donald Trump.
Yet at times, his fatherly praise is downright cringeworthy, like on The View in 2006.
I said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her. You know?
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop. You know what? You are sick.
Far from protecting his daughter from being talked about as a sex object, he has encouraged it multiple times. On Howard Stern's radio show in 2004 and then again in 2006.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous. She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while defending her father on CBS after a scathing New York Times article about his alleged negative treatment of women.
Is there unending commentary on the female form?
No. I've known my father, obviously, my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
Please welcome the lovely Ivanka Trump.
Still, even Ivanka seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Donald Trump has always been proud of his daughter.
I'd call collect to his office. I was probably, 10 years old. He would pick up the phone every single time, and he'd put me on speakerphone. It wouldn't be a long conversation. He'd introduce me to whoever was in his office.
And he was front row when Ivanka took to the catwalk during her short-lived career as a fashion model. Still, Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, "Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty, that one. If I weren't happily married and, her father."
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
Ivanka continues to defend her father.
So that's video number one. And I don't know about you, but I wanted to throw up while watching that. I wanted someone to throw acid in my eyes so I wouldn't have to see this nasty, disgusting language coming from her father. Now, this next video is perhaps even worse than that first one, if you can imagine that. I would argue most conservatives have not seen this video because the conservative media machine does everything it can to silence these kind of stories. Just to preface for the listeners out there, this video is from 2022 when Donald Trump was being questioned during one of his sexual assault defamation cases in which he lost and ended up having to pay out millions of dollars.
In this video, I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet, just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the you can do anything. That's what you said, correct?
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true. Unfortunately or fortunately.
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
If there's a Trump supporter in your life, perhaps a relative, a family member, spouse, that you love very much, but just so happened, they voted for Trump, either knowing or not knowing that he has said these remarks, saying that he's fortunate or unfortunate to be able to grab women by their private parts whenever he wants because he's a star. Someone please tell me that I'm not interpreting his words right. He said, if you look over the past million years or so, that it's been true with stars, that they've been able to grab women wherever, whenever they like. And then at the end, he said, fortunately or unfortunately, that's been the case. That is straight up bragging that he's been fortunate to be able to get away with assaulting women. Please send this video where I break down those 2 heinous videos of Trump telling us, straight up telling us, that he is a predator. Send this video to a loved one who voted for Trump. Come on, guys. My intention here isn't to make anyone feel bad for voting for Trump, right? Nah, just kidding. It totally is. You should feel ashamed of yourself. You should feel dirty if you saw either of these 2 videos and afterward voted for him.